Top of the morning, tea ladies. My name's Man Buck. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator, where today I have you guys joining me in my Kenworth W900, and we're gonna go pick ourselves up some air conditioning units. And after a quick breakfast over at IHOP, I'm pretty much pulling out of the, I believe it's, the Chevron gas station here. Can't really fill up with fuel, but it doesn't necessarily matter because we already have a full tank of diesel on us. But I'm really excited for you guys to be joining me today, as it's going to be a very jam-packed episode of more or less just kind of bringing things back down to a slow basics. Like, I really like American Truck Sim for just its low, like, it just have a vibe. There's a vibe of playing American Truck Sim. So hop along for the ride as we pop on what I believe is, okay, Interstate 10. And we are currently on the outskirts. Yes, after double checking, we are currently east of San Antonio. We're going to be coming right through downtown on I-35. Heading north, we're going to basically pick up a load of the AC units from Turner in Austin, and then we take that all the way up to Ardmore up in Oklahoma City. I guarantee you I probably butchered that name, so please forgive me, but that is our little destination. So now that we're kind of up to speed and coming into, as I can tell right by the side of me, there is the Alamo Dome. This is by far like the coolest part of the whole thing. So over the summer, I actually took a trip to San Antonio. We drove down there. The whole 16-hour drive because we missed our turn that was supposed to take us through Waco and Austin, ended up going around on the suburbs. But I have walked that exact pathway. Like, I walked to the Alamo Dome right there. I've been in the Tower of Americas. I was actually in this convention center, which I think it's Henry B. Gonzalez Center, if I'm correct, the convention center, but it's that building right there. I've been in this whole thing. I've driven on this road. It's super cool. And I was like dumbfounded with how accurate it actually was. I need to sneak over into this lane though. We're going to see if this Lincoln lets us in. Either way, we're getting in. We're getting in. We're getting in. We got to get over. Okay, here we go. Now we're figuring it out. Story time's over. Now, one big thing I really want to invest in is the Track IR. In essence, the Tobii eye tracker. That's where if I were to do this, I'd be able to look around and the camera does the lookies. But we don't have that, so we're going to make do with what we have here. And what we have here is a Kenworth W900. We'll kind of show you guys here quick. A 53-foot split-sided flatbed. Just don't have toolboxes on the other side. Don't know why. But the Kenworth itself has, I believe, a 500 horsepower Cummins strapped to a 10-speed 8-shifter transmission. I can't remember if it's Eaton or not. It might be Eaton. I think it's an Eaton 10-speed. And another quick side story, I've also been in this Buc-ee's. I don't have the tumbler with me, but I've been in this Buc-ee's that's in between Austin and San Antonio. Anyway, I also noticed last time you guys were saying in the comments, I kept saying in essence. I apologize. I didn't know I did that. Yeah, last week was like a train wreck of just me trying to record. It took 4 days to do something that should have taken like 5 hours at most. But we got it figured out, and that's really all that matters. So I'll try and watch that. For something like this, I don't really need to worry about that at all. But thank you for, in essence, catching that. I will try and to work on my vocabulary. So for what we're going to do right now is I am going to pop off the interstate here, get to our loading docks and get the ACs loaded up, and we'll catch you guys here in just a little bit. Now, I'm pretty excited for the Oklahoma DLC because I have acquired all of the current states available for ATS, but the one thing that I have not done yet is explore Oklahoma. Oklahoma came out at the beginning of August, so it hasn't been out too long compared to any of the other states, of course. But, like I said, I haven't actually explored it yet, so it'll be the first time I get to see on there. And from what I've heard from Jeff Favignano, there's a lot of, like, really good Midwest assets that they incorporated into Oklahoma, so I'm just waiting for the day that, of course, they won't put the real one on there, but like the first time I see a Casey's gas station, because that'll be really fun. I know they're also starting to work on Kansas, and they've also announced Nebraska, so what roads they put in Nebraska, I will be very curious to figure out. But I'm going to try and pull a fast one here and only run off of my GPS on the dash, so I have to really be paying attention to what I'm looking at. Tyson, what are you doing? I guess he's going to be a very kind gentleman and let us go. But we'll pop back up here onto the interstate, and we'll start making our way from there. For anybody that is actually wondering what wheel I am running, because this is the first time you guys have actually probably seen my wheel just in a video, plus I have the camera where you can see me, the wheel currently in use is a Logitech G27. Now the reason I prefer the G27 over the G29 is for the sake of the package deal that you got when you got the wheel. You had the steering wheel, you had the shifter, and the pedals all included in one. The G29, you have to buy the shifter separate, but the G29 you can use on Xbox and PlayStation, like it's cross-platform, because it has the key bindings for a console. The G27, however, was not, but I preferred the G27 because you got the package deal all in one right off the bat. It works for as many games as I have it set up for, so like Assetto Corsa, Forza, American Truck Sim, BeamNG. This Cadillac better get going, I was gonna say. I knew there was a Cadillac underneath that front of the hood. That Jeep that was in front of us took forever at this light. Hello. Hey, how are you? But yeah, I just sat at that light for like a good solid 5 minutes because that Jeep would not turn on 2 green arrows. Like, bro, come on. Some of us have places to be. Now, what I find the most hysterical about this is that I drove this route in ATS just to kind of see how long of a drive it really was to go from San Antonio to, in essence, like Oklahoma City. And it takes me like maybe 15 minutes in the game, but I also know this much. To go from Lincoln, Nebraska to San Antonio, Texas is a 14-hour drive if you go the correct way. So I always like to see how much of this route is actually true. Like the difference and how many things that I can remember vividly seeing. Oh, I better get over here. I can see him in my hood mirror. Hood mirrors for life. Yeah. Chasing down the Jack Daniels truck. Now, I don't travel, so me sitting in a car for 16 hours is something that I'm very new to. The longest I did before that was my trip to Marty over at Prairie State, which is just like an hour east of Chicago. It was like 7.5 hours to get to him. 7 hours. There's Baylor Bears. There's the Baylor Stadium. Okay, Jack Daniels, come on, pick up the pace. But I've never ridden in a car for that long, so seeing everything in here that I've already seen before is just, it truly is. It's funny to see it. But I also know that it just takes a lot longer to actually drive this. But the keynote is don't miss your exit in Texas, because what would usually be a half-hour roundabout becomes a 3-hour roundabout. So I believe my next stop is probably going to be in maybe Dallas. So I just looked over at my fuel gauge, you can see there in the bottom right, and yeah, we're already down to 1/4 of a tank. And of course we don't have any gas on the next exit, it's just a rest stop. Actually, no, there's a TA station there. I'm gonna try and sneak over here quick. Everybody watch out. I saw diesel on the sign. We need to get fuel. I don't want to run out of fuel going to Oklahoma. So let's stop for fuel quick. And $345 later, we're back on the road. Really should have bought bigger fuel tanks. But that saves me a little bit of a trip, because like I said, I looked over at my fuel gauge and I was like, I don't think that is for death. We'll get back on I-35 north here. We'll continue our trek up to Oklahoma. See you there in a minute. So now that we're coming in on the south side of Fort Worth, in essence to split off between Fort Worth and Dallas, let's kind of give ourselves a little bit of a dedicated moment to the mic'd up Kenworth, and we can hear this glorious Caterpillar just scurrying away. I can't remember if it's a Caterpillar or a Cummins, but either way... No, I think it's a cat. I think I have a cat in this truck. But either way, let's get a Kenworth mic'd up moment of the day. In case anybody was wanting to play the Texas lottery, it's $70 million. But no, there is your Kenworth mic'd up moment of the day. I absolutely love doing that just for the sake of just hearing that raw power. Like, ATS has such good engine sounds. I mean, obviously the factory ones, the base game ones, which is this Caterpillar, not the greatest on earth, but compared to really any other game that you have, just truck sounds in general, this is definitely one of the top ones. Swinging a little bit wide there, it kind of carried me. This is where I thought I'd see Texas Motor Speedway, and I don't see Texas, because now we're on the north side of Fort Worth. Cascadia is going to very kindly let me in. But yeah, Texas Motor Speedway should be like right there. That or it's on the opposite interstate, because I think we're on I-35 west. It might be on I-35 east going to Dallas. I can't remember if I went through Dallas or Fort Worth when we left San Antonio. But we'll just kind of keep on clucking away here. Got a Charger sitting up in our rear view, so I kind of got to watch that if I want to jump to the side for this concrete mixer. Never mind, he's getting off. That works for me. We are already down a quarter tank of diesel. I really should have gotten a bigger fuel tank. That is going to plague me this whole time, isn't it? And we are now in Oklahoma as we are just crossing over the Red River, so... Totally not pulling a book out of Jeff thing for doing that. But let's stop at the weight station, get ourselves checked in, as I'm actually kind of curious as to how much we weigh. So put on our engine brake. I agree with somebody. Whoever said that Kenworth paid a lot of money to ATS to have the best sounding Jake brake or the engine brake in this game, definitely that is a true statement. So, Wild Turkey Bourbon Whiskey. I don't know if that's any good because I don't drink. There we go, 43,000 pounds. I think we have a 13,000 pound load on this because I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, this truck from factory weighed, with the trailer in hand, 30,000 pounds. So let's just keep on trucking. Rolling, 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 rolling. Get over! I tell you, the nerve of some people. Oh, by the way, I'm also wearing glasses. Yeah, I have glasses, if you didn't know. Hi. I love the amount of time you could physically drive in Texas, like from the bottom part of the state to the top part of the state, and you're still in Texas. Texas is huge. And I learned that the hard way when it took us, I think, half of our 14-hour trip. It took us like 6 hours alone just to get out of Texas. Like, jeez Louise. That wasn't even from the far, far south side of the state. I got really lucky there. Uh-oh. Light him up. Get him. Is it an accident? No! Someone got caught with a need for speed. Besides, like, wanting to say, quick, do something stupid every time I see a cop car, the other thing I will do, and if anybody rides in my car with me and they've never seen me do it before, I will, like, literally lean out the window and just scream, light him up! Get him! Get him! Light him up! And then there's like an occasional, I'd have to bleep that word in there, but Yeah, I just, anytime I see a cop car, if it's not like gonna scare me because I think I might get pulled over, which I've only been pulled over twice. Both of them were for like non-reading correctly speedometers. They were like 5 mile an hour off, so it read that I was going 11 over. But I'm always like just trying to provoke to see if that cop will hit his lights, and because whenever he does, then I'm like just screaming at the top of my lungs, like yeah, until it was me, and then I was very disappointed. But we're just coming up to our destination for Turner and our AC units, so a pretty low intense job. Like, besides the fact that I had to fill up with fuel once on my way here, that to me was kind of sad, but slightly understandable just for not buying a truck with big enough fuel tanks. I think I was probably supposed to be in that lane when I did that, so I'm intelligent, I know how to drive, folks. Don't make fun of me. Now, I do have to say, the smaller, like, ranch style of buildings definitely does have a more, like, homey feeling to it around where I'm at least, so that is nice, but it looks like we're actually delivering to a job site itself, so that's actually pretty cool. I thought I was just delivering to a warehouse, but no. We're going to be rolling up here to Turner. We'll get our load unpacked, and then that pretty much should finish off our job here, so exactly the way I want it. Where do you need it, coach? Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. And I did that all without my GPS in the bottom right. I'm pretty proud of that. So we'll just make a quick adjustment here, pull around on the inside, and then I should just be able to back this straight in. Now, I don't know exactly what they're going to be doing with all these massive AC units, because all I technically see is one house. That's not my job, and that's not my thing to decipher, so I'm just here to deliver air conditioning units. So let's just kind of crank it back. My truck should make up for the rest. What the? Okay, apparently we hit a wall. Don't know what I hit over there, but we hit something. So surprisingly, after raking my front end across whatever the heck I hit, there are our results. So 76 gallons of diesel used, 7 hours and 41 minutes to drive it, and 367 miles covered. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. I don't think I'm good. I don't think I'm fit for a CDL license. But either way, thank you guys so much for checking this one out. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe down below. If you guys haven't already, be sure to check out the Boomstick Club for all the up-to-date content from me and the gang. You guys already know who is in it. If you'd like to see more ATS content, make sure to leave me a comment in the description down below. I'm also going to try and almost scout a little bit on how people do content on ATS, because I personally don't know. So if you guys have ideas, please let me know. And I can definitely try my best to incorporate stuff like that, because this does help get more videos on the channel. I need to be doing that. So let's take care of that. From here on out, I'm the Rental Man. We'll see you guys in the next one. This is the Rental Man out.